Just wanted to shoot this quick video for you to help you get a better understanding of the products that I'm representing, the campaign that I'm promoting, and we're just gonna jump right into it. I know I got a lot going on here, but I promise you it'll make sense in just a moment. So the best way to help people understand what it is that we're sharing, why these products are the absolute best for the women in our lives, is to do a side-by-side comparison. So I have here two products. This is a store-bought product, and I'm not going to use the name, but I will say it's the largest and the most popular brand in the store. We're just going to call this Exhibit A. And then this is a Reign Premium Sanitary Napkin, which is the product that I'm representing. And so again, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison, starting with the store-bought product. Now, I just pulled this out of the package and it's still sealed and it's unopened. But the very first thing I want to share with you, and we point out about their product, is, I'm going to hold it up here, is these two pockets here. You see, they have these pockets and it has to be ventilated because the store-bought product has to be ventilated. They use petrochemicals. They use the same grade adhesive that they use on duct tape. And so they have to have this product ventilated so that it doesn't balloon up and the fumes can get out of the product. So what we're going to do with Exhibit A is we're going to pull this little tab off and we're going to lay it out so that we can start our demonstration. Now, on all of these pads, they each have a little sticker. They each have a piece of paper in them that show how long it's supposed to help a woman stay protected. Now, this is a 10-hour protection pad. It's not going to take 10 hours to do this demonstration, but I do want to make note of that it's supposed to last for 10 hours. So we're going to take this little piece of sticker here, leave it there, and then we're going to put the Exhibit A pad right here. Make sure I leave it in the camera so that it's in view. And we're going to lie it out flat right here. And now we're going to take the new product, our product, the Reign Premium Sanitary Napkin. Now, this is also unopened and it's still sealed. And I want to point out a couple of things as I open it up. The very first thing that I ask women to tell me what they notice about this product is that it is thin. I like to share with people that it is thin so women understand that it's discreet and it's not going to be a big, bulky, diaper-like product like the store-bought pads. And then the next thing that I point out is that it is completely sealed. You see, it's not opened. It doesn't need to breathe. We use a food grade adhesive, so it can be completely sealed. The importance of that is when it comes to these products, there shouldn't be room for things to get in there if you have it in your purse or in your glove compartment. It shouldn't be crumbs or hair or whatever's in your purse. Nothing should get to it. Our belief is that the only person who should be touching these is the woman who's going to use these. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to point out, is that it is completely sealed and that it's much thinner than the store-bought pad. So we're going to open this one and then we're going to do the exact same thing as we did with the first one. We're going to lay it out flat next to the Exhibit A. So we have Exhibit A, the store-bought product, and we have the Reign Premium Sanitary Napkins side by side. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this demonstration down into 3 different parts. So I've laid them out flat next to each other so we can do a side by side comparison. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to lift up my board here so that you can see the difference in the two pads. And so what we like to point out is, one, their pad is much larger and our pad is smaller. Then when it comes to the difference in the pads, another thing that we like to point out, I wish you were here and that you could feel this, because when we do a side-by-side comparison, we have people rub their hands on the store-bought product. Now, when it comes to women who use these products often, you know how it feels. But just for example's sake and for this demonstration, this product is rough. It's abrasive. And the reason why is because it's a synthetic plastic. This is where you get the chafing. This is where you get the rawness. This is where you get the discomfort. And that's why people feel like, or women feel like, they're allergic to their pads because of that uncomfortable feeling and all the things that come with that uneasiness, because this is the first thing that's touching the most sensitive part of your body. And then we do it side by side. When we rub ours, it's a soft cotton blend. Again, it's not synthetic plastic like the store-bought product. It's a soft cotton blend. We wanted to mimic the lining of women's underwear so that they could feel comfortable when they're wearing these products. And so that's something that we love to point out because, to be honest with you, that's the reason why women tell us they forget they have it on. And so those are a couple of the things that I wanted to point out first. And then also, we have on each of our pads, what you can see once you use the product, you open the product, we have 3D leak guard suspension on the sides. And so those are the two main differences, I want to point out between store-bought and our product. Now, when it comes to how our product is going to work, we're going to do a quick wet-dry demonstration. We're going to break this down into 3 different components. One is going to be a wet-dry demonstration. We're going to do an absorption test. And then we're also going to talk about our Nobel Prize-winning material that we have in our product. So when it comes to these pads and women want to know if they work, here's what we're going to do. I have 2 measuring cups that are at 50 milliliters of water each, because when it comes to women who are in that stage of their life, doctors, medical professionals, OBGYNs, gynecologists have told us that on an average day between changes, a woman is going to give off 15 to 50 milliliters of her feminine flow. And so what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a full day of feminine flow. And we did it on the high end. And so we're going to take the store-bought brand and we're going to pour the 50 milliliters of water on their pad. And I'm going to take my time and make sure I don't pour it all over the table. And that's the first pad. So we've poured the 50 milliliters on the store-bought product. And then we're going to pour the 50 milliliters on our Reign Premium Sanitary Napkins. I'm going to take my time, again, make sure I don't pour it on the table. And while I'm pouring this, I want you to know that we understand that that's a lot of fluid to be going in the pad at one time. So this is just for example's sake. We know that a woman would change by now, but again, we're simulating a full day of feminine flow. Now, when it comes to this demonstration and why you have a guy pouring water on a pad, demonstrating a pad, there's a couple of things that I want to point out. I used to be one of those men who didn't want to have anything to do with this conversation. And that was because I was ignorant of what was going on. I knew that this was a woman issue. It was something that I didn't need to be dealing with. And so I wanted to stay away from it. And like most guys, I was like, okay, she's having that issue. You go over there, you handle that issue, come back when you're done. And that's insensitive. That's being rude, because this is something that women deal with on a monthly basis. And because of the campaign, the Justice for My Jewel campaign that we'll discuss a little later, now I've been educated. Now I understand what women are going through. I understand what women are dealing with, and I'm more sensitive to what's going on. And so the purpose of the campaign, in short, is 2 reasons. One is for men like myself who are ignorant of what's going on with women, what they're dealing with, what they're having to fight through on a monthly basis. And so men need to know more than there's blood involved, there's pain involved, there's cramps or mood changes and things like that. Men need to know what's going on, because every man that you and I know have women in their life that they love and they care about, whether it be their daughter, their sister, a wife, cousin, a friend, a neighbor, coworker. And so that's one of the reasons why they started this campaign. Another is we wanted to address this taboo subject and help women who are suffering in silence. You see, as I do my research and as I learn more about what women are dealing with, we've learned that there are some women who are on both ends of the spectrum, both extremes. So there's some women who have easy cycles. They have easy periods, meaning their cycle is very short. There's no cramps, there's no issues. But then there are also women who are on the other extreme and they're bleeding 20 days out of the month, 15 days out of the month, cramping, migraines, all kinds of issues, back pains. And I'm sure you're familiar with the different issues, but our goal with this campaign is to make sure that we're able to break the silence. We want to address these issues because women are suffering and they're dealing with issues that they wouldn't know are unusual or just flat out wrong and bad because they're not talking. We have women who are not talking to their husbands, women who we found out aren't even talking to their doctors. And so that's the purpose of this campaign and why you see me pouring water on here and why I'm doing this demonstration, because with what we have, women need to know what we're offering. And so back to the demonstration, we talked about how this was a 10-hour protection system. And so when it comes to our first part of the demonstration, here's what I'm gonna do. I have napkins here. So I'm gonna take a napkin, I'm gonna put it over ours. I'm gonna take a napkin, another napkin, this is just a plain napkin, and I have a red napkin so that you can see since we're on camera. And I'm gonna put one over the store-bought product. This is the commonly used, the most recognized brand when it comes to sanitary napkins. And so what we're gonna do is simulate not only a full day of feminine flow, but simulate a woman sitting on these, because when it comes to these products and women who are in this stage of their life, they're doing one of two things most of the time. They're either at work or they're in school. And so they're sitting down or they're moving around. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my left hand here and I'm just gonna apply some pressure. I'm gonna apply some pressure on the pad. Again, we're gonna simulate a woman sitting on this pad, okay? And what happens is what you see is exactly what we would expect to happen. Because we poured 50 milliliters of water on here, it came up wet. Now, we looked at this, we talked about this being a 10-hour protection system. It didn't even last for 5 minutes. And so, as a man, I had to realize, women, this is what women are dealing with. Women don't want to be sitting on this. That's why the average woman is changing 6 to 8 times per day because their pads aren't doing what they're supposed to do. Another thing is, that's why they're switching to alternatives that are unsafe, like tampons and menstrual cups and all kinds of other things, just so that they don't have to deal with this. And so next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my other hand because this hand is a little damp, and I'm gonna put some pressure. I'm gonna put some more pressure, and put some more pressure. In fact, I'll put some more pressure here, more pressure, more pressure. Nothing. The napkin comes up completely dry because this is what women need to use. So I'm gonna move this napkin out of the way. I'm gonna put the same napkin on theirs, just so that you see there's no trickery. With the dry hand, same issue. Putting some pressure, applying pressure, applying pressure. And we can do this, and it's the same thing is gonna happen over and over again. And so that's the first part of our demonstration, is to show that our pads are going to hold up when it comes to our women and their feminine flow. So we're going to move these out of the way, and then we're gonna move to the second part of our demonstration, and this is our absorption demonstration. So what I have done is pre-filled 2 cups of water. So this cup of water has 100 milliliters of water, and then this cup has 200 milliliters of water. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the cup with the least amount of water and we're gonna place it right here. Excuse me, you know I hiccup a lot. And so we're gonna place the cup with the most amount of water right here. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these pads apart, because when it comes to a woman or a young lady starting that time of their life and that phase of their life, for the most part, women aren't doing the type of research that they need to do. They're generally going to the store with their parents, and they're just picking out a product based on how inexpensive it is, or they're simply being told, this is what you need to use. And so most women haven't done the research that they need to do to know what's in their products or what's in their pads. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a demonstration here of what's inside the products and why it's important for women to understand what's going on in their pads and what's going on their body. So what we're going to do, I'm going to make a couple of adjustments here so you can see the water. So I got the water here right in front of me. Again, store-bought and Reign. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this apart and we're going to dissect it so that we can discuss what's inside the product and what you're putting on and essentially in your body. So we're going to tear this apart and we're going to put their quote unquote absorbency system inside the cup of water, just so that we can get through the demonstration and show you why our product is superior to what they have on the shelf. And so as I pull this apart, I'm literally going to take off what they consider their absorbency system, which is the third layer of their product. And as I pull this off, you can see that it's white. You can see that it's coming off pretty easily. Now, when we talk to women and when we share with women what this is, we like to ask, what do you think this is? Now, it's white and it looks soft. Most women think it's cotton, but it's not. When it comes to what's inside of the store-bought products, a lot of them, unless they're certified organic, they're made up of recycled materials. And by recycled, I mean trash from the landfill. When doing our research, we found that they're using recycled newspapers, recycled magazines, and wood pulp fibers. That's what's inside of the store-bought products. That's why you have these napkins coming up wet like this, because they're not designed to absorb. And so we're going to take this and we're going to put it in the cup with the least amount of water in it that we established. And then we're going to do the exact same thing with our product. We're going to pull it apart here. It's made very well. I like to say this is the Rolls Royce of feminine products. And so as I pull this apart, I want you to know that our company has taken a lot of time to put this together, to design these in a way that is going to work the absolute best for our women. And so as I pull this off, you're going to see how it comes up. And so I'm going to take my time and roll this up, and hopefully I don't have to fight with it, but I want you to see what we use. Instead of recycled trash, newspapers, and wood pulp fibers, we use a plant-based polymer. We use the exact same thing that's in natural baby diapers. So see how whenever babies use the bathroom on themselves and it sags, but it's absorbing and it's holding. That's exactly what this is designed to do. It's designed to hold the woman's feminine flow. And so we're going to take this and put it in a cup that had the most amount of water in it. And so I'm going to put this right here, and we're going to leave it in view right in front of me. Now, as we do that, we're going to talk about what's going on with their pad. We talked about their first layer, which is the rayon or the synthetic plastic. And one of the things that we didn't mention was this blue design on theirs. So I'm going to pull this all the way off. Show you this here. This blue design, it appears to be a part of their absorbency system when it's nothing more than blue dye on a piece of plastic. And the reason why we point this out is what happens to dye when it gets wet? it runs. And when it comes to it being on a sanitary napkin, when a blue dye gets wet, it runs, and you have it on the most sensitive part of your body, it's going back into your bloodstream. And so not only are you having to deal with the chafing, with the itchiness, with the discomfort, now you're potentially dealing with dye going into your bloodstream. And so that's something that women do not need when it comes to their feminine products. And so another thing is when it comes to our products, and this is our Nobel Prize winning strip we're going to talk about in just a moment. And then we're going to talk about ours. I talked about how our first layer was a cotton blend. I want to hold this up to the camera for you so you can see that it's got holes in it. It's porous, it's breathable, because our product, again, is designed to hold the feminine flow. And so the best way to do that is to make it breathable from top to bottom. And so, again, this is a soft cotton. Unlike their rayon, the synthetic plastic, ours is cotton. It's natural and it's safe, and it's the absolute best thing for our women to be using. Now, when it comes to the backing of their product, we're going to look at the bottom layer of their product. This is nothing more, and I'm going to hold it up, nothing more than a trash bag. It's a plastic trash bag. And when you look at what's going on with the feminine flow during that time of the month, you have women who have clots, you have blood, you have, in some cases, urine, sweat, or moisture in a trash bag along with trash. That is a perfect recipe for disaster. That's a petri dish for bacteria. And that's where your yeast infections are coming from. That's where the UTIs are coming from. And so that's something that women need to know. We have women who believe that's just the way it is, when that's not just the way it is. It's not normal and it's not natural. It's common because women are using this type of product. Now, another thing that we're going to talk about when it comes to theirs is I want to show you how their water is discolored. It's not clear. It's discolored. The reason why is because whenever they put their absorbency system together, what they do with that, the newspaper, that magazines and those wood pulp fibers, they shred it up and then they bleach it. It goes through an 8-step bleaching process so that it can appear white and clean. And women will think, okay, I can use that because it's white. But that is the exact opposite, because what happens when you use bleach to whiten something, it gives off a chemical called dioxin. And don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Dioxin is 10 times worse than cyanide, and it's hundreds of times worse than arsenic. The reason why I bring that up is the bottom line is it's poison. There are no safe levels of human consumption of the chemical dioxin. And so that's something that women need to know about. Now, when it comes to our absorption test, I put this in here so that, one, you can see it's not going to absorb like it's supposed to. I could literally squeeze almost all the water back out of it. And whenever the water comes out, again, because of those chemicals, it's going to change colors or change the water's color. And again, this is just to show that their product is not meant to absorb. But when it comes to our Reign Premium Sanitary Napkins, our product has been in here for a couple of minutes. You can't get a drop out of it. In fact, I'm going to take it a step further and I'm going to pull it off. We've just turned a liquid into a gel because our product is designed to hold the woman's feminine flow, and it's to help women during that time of the month in the most effective and efficient way possible. And so that's something that I wanted to do side by side. We wanted to look at their absorbency system where it doesn't hold like it's supposed to, or we have a system that's made and designed and it is absolutely the best at absorbing the woman's feminine flow. And so we're going to put that back in the cup here. And we're going to look at the bottom layer of our product here. And so what we got here are two layers, actually. One, this is another piece of our protection system, and it's nothing more than cotton that's made to hold our polymer in place. Again, theirs rough, plastic, itchy. Ours is cotton, comfortable, and is designed to help women. Now, when we look at the bottom of our product, again, theirs was a trash bag, no breathability. Ours, I want to show you these lines going from left to right. Make sure I can show you that, and you can see it. Get a couple of angles there. If you can see it, there's some lines going from left to right. And what those are microfiber holes designed to allow breathability. And we knew that that was necessary, again, because we wanted a product to be breathable from top to bottom. And unlike theirs that's stretched because it's nothing more than a trash bag, ours is, again, natural, plant-based material. And so it tears easily. Not only is it safe for you, it's safe for the environment. And so plastic doesn't tear like that. And so we wanted to do that side-by-side demonstration, the wet, dry, the absorption. And so what we've done so far is showed you a superior product to what's in the stores with just those two demonstrations. Now we're going to take it another step forward because we could have left it at good, but now we're going to show you why it's great. And so the strip that I showed you, in fact, we're going to take this one here. The strip that I showed you that was in our product, and it's like the microchip to the computer. This is a 100% algae strip that is infused with graphene technology or graphene material. And if you haven't heard of graphene, here's what I got here. I have two books that talk about graphene. Graphene was discovered by two men. It's nothing more than graphite. It's a carbon-based material that was discovered by two men in 2004, and they were awarded the Nobel Prize in 2010. Graphene is being used for tons of things. Millions of dollars has been invested into the research and experimenting with graphene. Don't take my word for it. I want you to do your own research. Look up graphene and then Google medical uses for graphene. The reason why we have this material, again, Nobel Prize winning material in our pads is because it's designed to help us. It's designed to help our women have the best experience possible. So these little strips that you see here crossing each other, those are the graphene. That's the graphene material in the product. And I'm going to show you how our graphene works in two different ways. When it comes to understanding what graphene is, I'm going to get a little water here because it works better when it's wet. And as we do this, I got a little tiny measuring cup. I'm going to put just a little water in here so that we can get it wet. When it comes to this product, I want to specify something. When it comes to graphene, graphene contains what's called positive electrons or natural vibrational energy. And so I want to demonstrate that vibrational energy by one, I'm going to make it soaking wet, because when people see what I'm about to do now, they always mistake energy for electricity. So I want to show you this, that it's dripping water. And so when it comes to energy, we want to make sure that we're not mistaking this for electricity, because electricity comes from TXU, comes from Reliant, and energy comes from dams by the river. Energy comes from solar panels. Energy comes from so I mentioned solar panels, dams, and windmills, because there's a difference between electricity and energy. Now, what I have here, and I'm gonna show you, what I have here is a 7-watt LED light bulb. This is not the same type of light bulb that you would put in your outlet as a 40-watt or 60-watt light bulb. This is designed to detect low energy. And so when it detects energy, what's gonna happen is it's gonna light up. So what I'm gonna show you is the exact same strip that we just had. And I'm going to take this 7-watt light bulb that when it detects energy is going to light up. Now, the reason why this lights up is because the natural vibrational energy in the strip. And there's no trickery going on. There's no buttons or anything. It's simply natural vibrational energy that's contained in the graphene strip. Now, a couple of things that I want you to understand is, as long as this is touching the light bulb, it's going to light up. And what I want you to understand is, when it comes to the vibrational energy in our graphene strip, the graphene is going to act as a bacteria killer because it's a 99.9% bacteria killer. And then two, the energy or the vibrational energy is going to act as a inflammation reducer. What that means is it's going to relax the uterus, keep it from contracting. And it's going to, what we've heard from thousands and now hundreds of thousands of women, it's going to either significantly reduce the cramping or completely eliminate it. And so we have women who tell us because they wear these pads, they don't experience cramping anymore. They don't have the different mood swings. They have improved energy. And so we're getting all kinds of testimonies because of this little strip here. And so that's something that we want to make sure people understand, especially our women who are going to be using these products, that it's safe and it's designed to help our women. Now, that's the vibrational energy. And when we talk about how the graphene is a bacteria killer, here's what I have as the last part of our demonstration. And so what I have here, is I have a white piece of cloth to help with this demonstration. Now, I have here a glass of water. I pre-filled it just for time's sake. And what I got next to me, what I have here, is iodine. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna literally pour the iodine in the water and it's going to change colors. So I'm going to get some out of here. All right. And we're going to put several drops in. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so that's all the iodine that's in the little dropper. And so what I want to show you here is how the water has changed colors. So we're going to swirl it around here just so that you can see that the water has changed colors. I wore a white shirt so that it would help. But as we can see, the water has turned into this brownish color. It's turned into this orange tint. Don't quote me on that because I'm always told I don't know what colors are. But we both can agree that the water is no longer clear. And that's why I pulled up the cloth. Now, here's what we're going to do with the same graphene strip. We're going to take this graphene strip and we're going to place it in the water to demonstrate the bacteria killing properties of the graphene that's in the strip. And so as we do this, you can't blink or you'll miss it. We're going to put this in the water and we're going to simply swirl it around. I'm going to hold up the napkin so we can see. So we're going to swirl around this water. And right before your eyes, the graphene is going to work. The magic is happening. It's cleaning the water. It's purifying the water. And so the reason why I want to show you that is, 1, it's cool. 2, the graphene in this product is designed to eliminate bacteria. We have hundreds of thousands of women who are telling us, because they're wearing the Reign Premium Sanitary Napkins, that the odor, the personal fragrance, is being significantly reduced or completely eliminated. And so that's why I wanted to show you this, because it acts as a bacteria killer. Now, that's the end of our demonstration. Again, this is a product that is designed and created to help instead of trash from a landfill. And so when it comes to women in that time of the month, we want to share with them what we have. So I have our different products. We have five variations of the product, and we're going to start with our panty liners. We have women who wear these every single day, and the reason why we have two sets is one, or two types and two variations. We have one panty liner that's just a panty liner without wings, has the exact same graphene material that we demonstrated, but it's just a panty liner. Some women want to wear them every day because, let's just be honest, you cough, you sneeze, you laugh too hard. Women need that protection. And then we have our panty liners with wings. Maybe they just want a little extra protection, and these just won't cut it. So we have our panty liners with wings, and then we have our panty liners without wings. And then we have three variations of our pads. We have the moderate flow, which is our smallest pad, which is what I just used to go through the demonstration. And then in the center, we have our heavy flow pads. That's what our women who have a little bit heavier flow, that's what they'll use. And then on the end, we have what we like to call our Wakandas. These are our super heavy flow pads. This is what a lot of women use for their overnights, or for women who feel like they just don't have enough protection and they need the larger size pad. They need the heavier absorption. They all have the exact same plant-based polymer. They all have the exact same graphene material, the award-winning, Nobel Prize-winning graphene material in them. And we want to make sure our women are safe and protected when it comes to that time of the month. So that's our demonstration, and I'll be sending you some more information about our pads, just so that you can take a look at what we're doing. I tried to cram as much as I could into this demonstration, into this video, just so that you can see what it is that we have and make an informed decision about switching from trash to reigning like the queen that you are. So thank you for watching the video. I hope it was educational. I hope it was informative. And I hope that you make the switch to Reign Premium Sanitary Napkins. And I will talk to you soon.